Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Bissell. We are here today to continue converting metric units. Today, we're working with mass. All right. We think of mass as weight when we measure in the customary system. All right, so we're going to start on page 510. If you do not have your book, that's no problem. Like I've said all along, you're just going to copy these problems on notebook paper. So you do need notebook paper and a pencil. All right, so our question today, our essential question is, how do you convert metric units of mass? And if you've done really well converting the metric units of length and capacity, then today is going to be super simple because we're using that same strategy, and because the metric system is based on our place value chart and we have those same units in the same corresponding spots in our place value chart between whether we're working with meters or whether we're working with liters, or today we're going to be working with grams. You're going to see how easy the metric system really is. All right, so we're going to start with our visual learning video.
How do you convert metric units of mass? Think about this question during the lesson. The three most commonly used units of mass are the milligram, the gram, and the kilogram.
Converting metric units of mass is like converting other metric units.
How would you order 1 gram, 1 kilogram, and 1 milligram from least to greatest unit of mass?
All right, so just think about it.
Select your answer.
It's going to be what we have been working with as far as the prefixes and where they sit with their values in the place value chart. So we know the gram is the unit. We know that a milligram, there are 1,000 milligrams in a gram, so that's the smallest. And we know that 1,000 grams make up a kilogram, so that's the largest. So we're going to go, let's see, we're going least to greatest. So we need that milligram first, then the gram, our base unit, and then the kilogram. So I'm going to take this one and slide it up.
From least to greatest, the units of mass are 1 milligram, 1 gram, and 1 kilogram. A whistle has a mass of about 5 grams. How many milligrams is this? Should you expect more than 5 milligrams or fewer than 5 milligrams in 5 grams? Explain how you know.
I would expect there to be more milligrams because of the fact that we're moving from that larger base unit of grams to those itty bitty teeny tiny milligrams. So it takes many more milligrams to make 1 gram. So we're going to be multiplying. So I'm going to say we're going to expect more.
You should expect more than 5 milligrams in 5 grams. Milligrams are smaller units than grams, so there should be more of them. To change from a larger unit to a smaller unit, multiply. Find 5 times 10 to the third power. So, 5 grams equals 5,000 milligrams. So, a whistle has a mass of about 5,000 milligrams. How many kilograms is the whistle? This is the weight of the whistle in grams. To change from a smaller unit to a larger unit, divide. There are 1,000 grams in a kilogram. 10 to the third power equals 10 times 10 times 10 equals 1,000.
And they're getting that 10 to the third power because if you think about your place value chart, you're moving over from those grams to the kilograms, and you're moving 3 places, right? 3 places to the left.
To change from a smaller unit to a larger unit, divide. Find 5 divided by 10 to the third power. So, 5 grams equals 0.005 kilogram. So, a whistle has a mass of about 0.005 kilogram. Now you know how to convert metric units of mass.
All right, so let's take our notebook paper and let's go ahead and head it for today's lesson. All right, so lesson 12-6, we're going to be working with metric mass. So we're working with those grams, and I'm going to be pulling the problems off of page 511 from our book. All right, I went ahead and set up my King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. And what we learned is we're going to be working most commonly with the kilograms and the milligrams, okay? And then, of course, our base unit, the grams. So when we measure things, and I saw the whistle was about 5 grams? And then the football player, I think it said, what was he, 1,000? I can't remember however many kilograms he was. All right, so let's go ahead and start with problem number 3. I went ahead and set it up. I was getting ahead here. 9 2500 grams, and I want to know how many milligrams it is. So grams, my base unit, are larger than the milligrams. And as you can see, we're going from I've got it backwards. We're going from a larger to a smaller unit, but we are multiplying. All right. So we have 9 2500. Now, to go from the grams to the milligrams, we're going over 1, 2, 3, right? 3 powers of 10. So we're going to be multiplying by 1,000. So what we have to remember is we're moving that decimal place 3 places to the right. I can only move it 2 places without having to annex a 0. So this is going to become 9, 2, 5, and then I'm going to need that 0 behind it, right? The decimal's behind it, so it doesn't have any value. So what I have is 9,250 milligrams. Okay. All right, let's take a look at another example. Number 4, we're going to take 190 grams. All right, and we're going to convert that to kilograms. Sorry, I didn't see what that said. All right, so I know that grams are here and kilograms are over here. So I know grams are smaller. So I'm going from a smaller to a larger unit. That means I'm going to be dividing 190. And I know that we're going from grams to kilograms. And again, that is 10 to the third power, right? Moving 3 places. So I'm dividing by 1,000. So when we divide, we're going to annex that decimal point at the end of the number. That's where we assume all decimals are. Every whole number has an assumed decimal behind it. All right, we're going to move it 3 places to the left. All right, that decimal ends up in front of the 1. So we have a 0 for the whole number. We have a 9, and then this trailing 0 has no value. We don't need it. So our answer is 1900ths of a kilogram is equivalent to 190 grams. All right, number 5 and 6, we're actually doing some comparisons. So we want to compare the value of 7,000 milligrams to 7,000 grams. Okay. Now, I know that I can convert either one of those to the other unit of measurement. So I'm just going to drop down and I'm going to make 7,000 grams, and I'm going to see how many milligrams that is. So I'm going from the base unit grams to milligrams. So I'm going from larger to smaller unit. So I'm going to be multiplying 7,000. I already know I'm moving 3 places. So 7,000 times 1,000. So 7 times 1 is 7, and I have 6 zeros to annex. Wow. So boys and girls, I get 7 million. Woo! So 7,000 grams is 7 million milligrams. So that is a lot larger than 7,000 milligrams, right? All right, let's slide down and let's do another comparison. You should be experts at converting because really, it's the same that we've been doing the past 2 days. We just have a different named base unit. All right, instead of working with meters for length or liters for capacity, we're working with grams for mass. All right, so let's take a look at 10 to the second power kilograms. And we want to know how that compares to 10 to the fourth power grams. So basically this is 100 kilograms, right? And basically this is, we need 4 zeros. So this is going to be 10,000 grams. Okay. So I am just going to slide down. I'm just going to grab either one of them. I'm just going to see 100 kilograms. I want to see how many grams is that. Okay, so kilograms over here, grams are our base unit. So we're going larger unit to smaller unit. We're going to be multiplying 100. We're moving 3 place values. So 10 to the third power, we're moving or multiplying by 1,000. All right, so when I multiply my ones, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. So I get 100 kilograms is equivalent to 100,000 grams. So I have 100,000 grams over here, and I'm comparing it to 10,000 grams. Whoops, I meant to draw a comparison. So it is greater, right? All right, so I'm going to work some other problems. I was thinking of working 7 through 18 on this page and sharing my solutions with you. So if you want to work any of these out and then just look to see how you're doing, that would be great. If you feel like you are a pro at this and you're ready to move to your practice buddy, you have that option. Okay. So if you want to, just stop the video because I'm getting ready to share, like I said, my solutions for the next problems. Okay. All right. So 7 through 12 I have ready for you to look at. Oops. So if you want to take a peek at those, we have 7 through 12. All right, I'm going to slide it up just a little bit so you can see the rest of 12 at the bottom. Notice I don't shortcut anything, okay? And then if you want to pause the video, if you need to look at any that you worked out, I'm going to show you my solutions now for 13 through 16. Okay, those are some of those comparisons there. All right, so we are wrapping up metric measurement and just seeing how great it is to use this metric system. And then just your only thing that changes is the root word, which is your meter for length, your liter for capacity, and your gram for mass or weight. The prefixes stay the same. In the same place with the same kind of values in the place value chart. Okay, so if you can remember King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk, this can certainly help you. You already have learned that when we convert from larger to smaller units, we're multiplying, and larger or smaller to larger units, we're dividing. So you guys should be pretty much pros at this by now. Do a good job on your practice buddy, and I will see you soon.